The Audi 80 Quattro, which we'll be driving, is an official works entry with the full backup service of the manufacturers. It's the little brother of the turbocharged Audi Quattro, which has changed the face of rallying since it introduced four-wheel drive to the sport 2 years ago. It has only half the power, but an afternoon's testing on forestry roads this week left Andrew Cowan pleased with its performance.
I'm very impressed. You know, I did feel coming out the road here from Glasgow that it was quite slow, but now we've done a few runs in the forest and managed to get the revs up to where they should be. It seems very good.
Obviously, the advantages of this car are the four-wheel drive. Do you notice much difference because of that?
Well, I think the handling's quite different. You know, with the four-wheel drive car, it's not so easy to make it understeer, and this is maybe a disadvantage from a security point of view, but you know, in wetter, softer conditions, it must be quite an advantage on the traction side.
What about the competition? Do you see the main competition coming from the other Audi or from Jimmy McRae, for example?
Well, I hope Jimmy, of course, but we must consider the other Audi. I mean, the records that they are setting in past rallies, that they must be the car to beat. But you know, being a Scot, I hope Jimmy does well.
Are you worried at all about Jimmy? I mean, he's certainly the favourite, isn't he?
I'm sure he is. No, he should be worried about me.
We'll be filming the rally from inside the car with a special camera which I'll operate from the co-driver's seat, and I'll provide reports next week on how the event progresses. Meanwhile, Andrew has been acquainting himself with the car's superb handling. But while Cowan is confident of a good result, the favourite must be the other Audi Quattro of Swede Stig Blomqvist. He's seeded number 1 and has already won 2 international rallies in Britain in the car this year. Who do you see as the main competition? What about Jimmy, for example, Jimmy McRae?
Okay, for sure, Jimmy is the main competition here, but you have even Russell, who has been doing quite well this season. And you have a lot of other drivers as well, but okay, Jimmy and Russell seems to be the strongest one just now.
But of course Jimmy's going to want to win the event on home ground, isn't he?
Yeah, okay, I think he wants to do it very much, but okay, we should try to do our best to beat him.
As he admits, his main challenge comes from the current Open Championship leader, Englishman Russell Brooks. He won the Scottish, his first international success, in 1976 and has been enjoying a successful season in his Vauxhall Chevette. Today he was getting in some last-minute practice on the construction site of the new Scottish Exhibition Centre at the Queen's Dock in Glasgow. While in the depths of a Borders forest, the favourite among Scottish rally enthusiasts, Jimmy McRae, has been testing his new Opel Manta. He returned just last week from finishing 8th in the Acropolis rally in Greece, and although he's had teething troubles with the new car, the 39-year-old professional rally driver is hoping he can achieve success on his home ground.
Well, I personally hope, you know, for Opel's sake and for my sake, that it's a bit drier than what it certainly has been in the Welsh or the Mintex rally, because I think then that maybe the four-wheel drives won't have so much a benefit.
How different is the new car from the old Ascona you were driving?
It's basically the same running gear. It's better balanced. They've used more Kevlar panels.
So it's lighter?
It is lighter. It's about 80 kilos lighter, and the engine has slightly more power. It seems to test today. It's riding the bumps very well.
Who do you see as the main opposition this year? I mean, obviously there's the Quattro, as you said. Stig Blomqvist is doing very well. Do you see him as the favourite?
I think Stig will be the big problem. You know, I think he is the quickest Quattro driver. I'm sure he is.
Of course, the predictable question again this year, Jimmy. Do you really think you might win the Scottish this year?
Well, I certainly want to, and we're sort of running out of years, so I think this would be as good a year as any.
And Alan will be sending reports from the rally as it progresses during the week.
Well, Alan, hope you get further than Sauchiehall Street in this little job.
Well, I certainly tend to.
Oh,
Mary.
it's fabulous. What's she like to handle?
Well, obviously it's very fast. It's completely different from the sort of car we drive
Yes,
normally.
indeed. What about that noise? Is that going to be a strain after a while, or will you get used to it?
It does get a bit difficult.